is?
Yeah. 3 is isolation.
Isolation.
Isolation is one of the greatest problems. And when they cannot be accepted immediately, either from their accent or their look, or the way they speak. Most of us have deep accents.
Yes.
And I am very proud of
course.
the deep accent. I'm an African. I am very proud of my accent, and I encourage each and every one of us to make sure that you retain that accent. Sometimes people say it's sexy, whatever they call it.
It's sensuous.
It's good. Okay. I don't
Very
say
melodic.
Yes, I don't say you should not, adapt with the American society, but to remember where we come from. We have a mission here to get education. If we are not properly civilized, we get ourselves civilized, even though we are civilized from home. The African civilization started right from the origin.
Of course.
Okay, what they mean by American accent, speaking like an American, speaking like somebody from the Western society. But it's very difficult to change that. We're talking about identity sec. Your identity is whom you are. If you try to change whom you are and pretend you are somebody else, you are inviting difficulties and problems into your life. Accept yourself
first
for whom you are and where you come from.
And then others will accept
you. You will fly.
That's a wonderful advice.
So another problem that our Africans, immigrants, encounter here is lack of communal sense. At home, we live in community.
That's right.
We believe that if something is going wrong, somebody else will speak out and assist each other, even to the point that at home, there's a large pot of water set out outside for strangers passing by. There's a cup there. If you get thirsty, you go there and take a cup of water and drink and leave the cup for somebody else and move on your journey. But right here is kind of isolated. Everybody lives separately. Nobody wants to assist the other one. We forget about our own African culture and tradition, that we are one and we cannot move without the other. And that's one of the problems that we are facing today in our African communities. And I would like us to come together and then address these issues, maybe in another set of discussion, so that we'll be able to unite as one strong front and be able to achieve and then get the American dream.
That's wonderful. As a matter of fact, I welcome your suggestion, and I also welcome your ambitious projects of bringing fragmented and isolated Africans into one warm, accepting, respectful African community. So that Africans, both as individuals and as individuals from a particular continent, a continent saddled with a very sad history on the one hand, but also a continent gifted and blessed with numerous resources, that future, vibrant, confident, driven Africans like yourself could return home and rejuvenate what I call an African Renaissance. I welcome this project. I welcome this dream, and you're more than welcome to bring in a plan to African Ascent, which may include more than one or two Africans from different parts of the continent so that we can explore our strengths, our challenges, our dreams, our plans, our shortcomings objectively, and set an example for an African generation that by all practical purposes, at least in the diaspora, seems to be increasingly getting lost. This worries me considerably, as a matter of fact. And as you say, since this is a separate theme, I'm going to devote an entire program, probably a series of programs under the auspice of African Ascent in the future. Now, we have about 10 minutes left, I think. And what I think we should do so that the African world and the world beyond could know you as a lawyer, I would like you to choose one or two cases that you think are extraordinary cases that you have handled and of which you are proud. Would you like to do that?
Yeah, it will be my pleasure to give a little bit, a little discussion on my experience on some of the cases that I have handled. For example, yours is one of them. That's when I accessed my voicemail from my law office, and I heard your voice, and you told me what happened, and and I said to myself, this is my professor, asking me to help him. It's not only, asking me to pursue his case, but also to show him that one of his students will come in his defense. And immediately I returned your call.
You did.
And then we started from there. And I vowed that whatever it takes, that I will make sure that you are exonerated.
And
I
you exonerated me brilliantly.
And I fought, and we fought together.
Right. No, you fought.
Yes,
I only presented you the material.
Eventually,
we won the case. Feel free, if you like, to discuss the particulars of the case.
Yes, it was a case that you were not the defendant. You were not involved in the automobile accident. It was somebody else. But they picked your information and said that you were the person that drove the vehicle that was involved in that automobile accident that evening, whereas you were somewhere else. And the insurance company picked up their lawyer, took a very vicious side, saying that you were the person that got involved in the accident and then left the accident scene. And during the course of the case, we asked questions to describe the driver of the vehicle. Mm-hmm. In the case, the woman, the alleged victim, or the claimant rather, said that you exchanged papers with her.
Who was also a lawyer.
Yeah, and who was also a lawyer. You exchanged papers with her, and